Battery's not charging.
Life has been hard, so you think you deserve it right. And there's nothing wrong with taking something if someone's offered. No, there's something wrong with never having earned anything yourself. When I was your age, I didn't have a plan for the future because I didn't think I'd have the luxury of having one. Then I met Mr. Carrington.
So, as always, lockdown mode is on. There should be sound in the background, otherwise, this video has been cut. So, connection is interrupted. I just opened the Mac. Connection is interrupted, and there is still an active connection. So, connection was interrupted a few seconds ago, 8 seconds ago, and there is still an active connection. So, I'm just using the Mac now from last night. I haven't used it the whole day today. It is 3:23 p.m. So there was a connection
So that you can find your purpose.
8 seconds before the last log message. It's in lockdown mode as always. Lockdown mode, which means it's for extreme hacking. So I am in lockdown mode, and data is already gone to stalker Luke Dalla Bona, the author. He is other user processes under network, energy impact, ports, and its shared memory. All processes are restricted. There's more data going to Luke Dalla Bona, the stalker, and it's going to MDNS responder. I quit, and it comes right back because it's all restricted. Every single process is restricted. There we go. Lots of data to and from the other user, Luke Dalla Bona, the stalker. So again, MDNS responder, force quit, it's terminated, and then it comes right back, and data is immediately sent to it.
It's an honor to bring you our annual Women in Business issue, honoring so many.
Right, so data is immediately sent to it. There we go. No Wi-Fi, battery is not charging, and in lockdown mode.
However, at the end of the day, only one woman.
In lockdown mode. So I'm gonna go here.
This year,
Lockdown mode is on.
someone who has
There is still an active connection,
a true up-and-comer.
and as always, sharing is turned back on, and I will turn it off, and it'll turn itself back on again, which is the norm on my Mac. So it's not charging. I'm gonna close this. Actually, no, I'm not gonna close it. I'm gonna go over here. Like I said, there should be sound in the background.
Thank you for this amazing award. You know, I had sacrificed a lot to get where I am.
Rejecting private plugin, rejecting plugin disallowed for client. So there's a client, and the host, there's a host, does not have entitlement.
You have to be a visionary if you want to succeed in business. That's why I've recently started my own company.
So children being sent on in lockdown mode.
So, a heartfelt thank you to Diana Davis.
So that's hidden
And thank you
game policy D, to change the name, is hidden. Persistent app support is internal with current persistence stage. Okay.
so proud of you. Pepper, I can't believe you made it. Of course, anything for you, Papa. Besides, I had a good feeling.
Invalid argument.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Honestly, I'm just glad the awards are so sad.
There's stats is private,
I hate to see my name associated with hers.
and there's a dictionary, which is a known Pegasus process. There is no such process or file as CFPREFSD, but data is continuously moving to Luke Dalla Bona, the stalker. And there's the one service for other user.
Video as if you had the video. The tampers complete to the
There's
press.
bulk import.
Pour it right into their hands.
And just because it doesn't show that data here doesn't mean there is no data going to and from.
Not because you're useless at your job. You're miserable.
There we go, CFPREFSD
The woman who didn't get the
right there.
In fact, let me be the
It does not exist. Couldn't open parent path because there's no such file of our directory. Okay, we have a helper, remote pairing, screen sharing, profile, interactive legacy profiles,
Crystal Rich basically assaulted me. The woman has hidden grave issues.
passcode. Always passcode is tampered with. Okay. So one more time. I'm gonna quit it, and it's gonna come right back. There we go, and it comes right back in real time. So now the Mac actually recognizes my charge. Minimize that. We can go to errors and fault. I saw a whole bunch of red there a moment ago. Kernel. Here we go. Here's all the red.
I want to thank you all for coming on such short notice. I've gone
Outside of being installed on a view.
over the financials of every department, and as Carrington Atlantic's new COO, I feel like it's time we made some changes.
System settings.
Here has been cost efficient, accomplished growth, and promoted brand awareness. It's time that person was recognized and rewarded. Congratulations, Kylie. I'm promoting you to head of PR, effective immediately.
Launch services.
COO position full of
Didn't match expected.
but I know a qualified candidate for everyone. Thank you. It's a big company. People talk, and women
Invalid argument.
are always looking for a shot to sabotage.
Family. It says no cloud, no family. That's a lie. That's inserted everywhere. So there's family settings. I am not signed into my Apple ID, but it uses family and it uses cloud.
Because I refuse to work with
Go over here.
police code.
I am not signed into my Apple ID, but it uses family and it uses cloud.
Dear Joe, I went to you, my boss, and talked smack about me.
And go here to extension.
And the worst part is you believed her. You started doubting me, Blake, and I need you to double down on me.
And we go to sharing. MDM client, which is managed client. Here's a user. Here's a host. MDM client. There's no such file or directory. It's private /var. /var. Student. MDM client. iTunes Cloud. Like I said, I do not use iTunes Cloud. I'm not signed in to my account. Security and privacy extension. It's an extension. It's an extension. System settings. Deny. Real path failed. No such. iTunes Cloud. Deny. So I'm going to put names here because they keep disappearing. iTunes Cloud deny. MD Worker shared. Notification agent. Sharing. Could not load managed configuration. Not yet. The moment I join Wi-Fi, they will, because then you'll see the massive amount of data moving to Stalker. So, sharing, remote pairing, service is now running, not yet. Package. So they cannot find for the dictionary, they cannot. And dictionary, as I said, is a well-known Pegasus process. Dictionary. Mobile asset. Apple spell. There's a keyboard service as well. Keyboard. Keyboard service. The rights are private and the caller is the system owner is private. System owner. System sound server. So sound is TCCD. That's common. It follows in every machine, on every Mac. Out of the 30, approximately 30, I've documented 22. The connection, there is a connection, which is here in lockdown mode. In lockdown mode. There we go, lockdown mode here, over here. Go back to extension, go back to sharing, which will turn itself on. Go back to log messages. Attempted to remove a reporter not created by this client. Yep. Now who is attempting to remove a reporter on my Mac? Sandbox. Deny. Error. These are all errors, lots and lots. Data was not provided. Error. Everything is error here. In errors and faults, I have 7,300, and I just started up the Mac. Bag, 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 session. And it's CF network. or no? Deny. Experimentation extension. Experimentation extension. Deny. Failed to get use case. Unsupported operation. Now, as I've said, there's background sound. There always should be sound. If there's no sound, it's because this recording has been tampered with. OS, Unix, no such file. So let me see here. 406 or 413. CF network. Operation not permitted. Not permitted. Now tracking client application is private. Will not provide the listener port. The process now forefront is private. So it's now showing me the app that has changed. It used to say the app at the forefront is private, but it doesn't say that anymore. It changed to what I see here. Forefront is private. There we go. Register name, UI kit system. Family setting. Channel could not return listener port. So I'm not signed into my account. My ID. VPN. Channel could not return. Oh, yeah, I have a VPN. VPN. So I have a VPN. So that's linked to a student at York University. So missing information there. Client is gone. Biome, client is gone. Unknown. Airport, low LQM Wi-Fi, high band. So why is it reading high band when I'm not connected to Wi-Fi? No Wi-Fi in lockdown mode. No Wi-Fi. Plus up, and there we go. So it has started. That turned on by itself. and lockdown mode, but Mac, my high band Wi-Fi at that's because I'm not home. So there is a cursor that I cannot see on my Mac, which they can drag stuff. It's in the, it's not, this is not, it's in the logs. So ENO, which is an interface, is not powered on. Do not perform. The radio state is off. Real path is private. In mail. Registering name, all these names, yes, yes, yes. Let's see this here. 408, 415. I do not use VPN. And a CF bundle package type is a string, and a content is XPC. So it's an XPC proxy. Okay. Somebody's refusing. Current system appearance. The operation couldn't be completed. Library extension kit. And we have lots of VPN, of course. Switch to network pane. Signal is ready. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Headphone set. Multicast. So in lockdown mode, multicast. They use multicast and streaming. Failed to start private when trying to fix permissions, attempting to recover. No such file or directory. Hidden. Bluetooth. So I do not use Bluetooth. Bluetooth is turned off. Bluetooth is turned off. But here's Bluetooth. Here's identity service. Granting access 1 to listener, private. Yes, given entitlement, private. Yep, listener is private always. iTunes Cloud, I do not use iTunes, but Pegasus does. MDNS responder, lots of MDNS responder. IPv6 over multicast. IPv6 over multicast, and lots of extensions. Lockdown mode. And this is extensions. And here we go, start it back again. There we go. Turn the cell back on. Created plugin. So the package creates plugin. $25 plugins. Update the host. Update the host. And just to clarify, I am in lockdown mode. Extension. Come on. The host. $25 plugins. 25 plugins in that amount of data. ignoring private and preferring private. Discovery is done by console, photo library, starting operation, recovery from duplicate merge, crash recovery. Okay, duplicate merge. Actually, let me put that there. Get a clean one. Duplicate merge. Activate. Activate MA auto. MA auto. Short-term lock automatic sync. Short-term lock automatic sync. And lock sync. Discovery is done. Finder client error. Remote view controller. Remote view controller, and thus cannot reject. Okay, remote view. Remote view. Clear the log. They're already clearing everything. So this log started at the bottom, so I have to scroll at the top to the top. So here's persistent app support. So the data here is missing. So it's bundle is QuickTime Player X. Persistent support. Connection is invalidated. There is a connection. Do this one here, Finder. Discovered extensions, attributes is private. And the last one, it has missing content. Extension set. iTunes, I have not signed into my iCloud. So I should not have that. Tracking timer. App. System setting. Ready. Updating active tracking timer. Go to the bottom. The target is osservice.com finder. There's a target. Cursor UI view. Set text cursor is active. Cursor, so there is a cursor that I cannot see. SOR. And yes, the cursor view. There we go. Command center, private, creating an XPC connection. So the connection is always XPC. XPC connection, and now I am gonna go to it's pure connection right there, and now I'm going to proxy. So media analysis is private, and it's also Pegasus Kit. Network service proxy. Host name. No network root, it's a proxy. There is no network because it's a proxy. iCloud account is not available. It's not authenticated. Error modifying pending records. Somebody is trying to modify pending records. Sync is a default. Sync is a default. Sending changes with context. Group equals manual sync. Sync default. Sync default. Auto audio lock. Loaded extension. In lockdown mode. So I'm gonna go here. Come on, it always takes a long time. And there we go. It turns itself back on constantly. Loaded extension in lockdown mode with no Wi-Fi. Incoming request. Done. Back. So, incoming request. Takes a long time.
First of all, thanks for having me, Jesse. You know the joke about the guy in terms of it's reloading as he's messing as if for somebody yells out, how you doing? And he responds, so far so good. I think we got from round one to round two.
Lockdown mode. And we have incoming request. And no Wi-Fi. Up and it went back again. They want all my screenshots. Okay. So copy link keeps turning itself back on. So it started at the bottom, console, does not override private. Remote view controller. So remote view controller. And the logs are disappearing. Okay, go to the top. Go to the top. Remote quarantine update. Siri. It's a remote object. Remote management. screen sharing subscriber. That is a process in Luke Dalla Bona's process. Luke Dalla Bona, the author. Screen sharing, Bluetooth, and I do not use Bluetooth. Wow, look at all of these guys. Remote pairing, screen sharing subscriber. So here, that's his process. And doesn't matter that it shows no information there. Screen sharing subscriber, and screen sharing subscriber is same thing right there. Okay, you can get that from the garbage. And it's a stalker process. Activity monitor. Remote management, activating connection, management test subscriber. Apple remote management. Failed to fetch remote treatments configuration. Error. Underlying error. The hardware is okay. Underlying error. And here, there's a hardware manager for the service. Hardware manager. And it's denied. Starting to migrate with core data in lockdown mode, which is a common thing. extension, sharing, and it's turned back on all the time. Migrate in lockdown mode. LM is lockdown mode. Screen sharing subscriber. Okay, and then here, so it quickly gave me some messages there and then it disappeared. Retrieve user by ID. Nope, it will not give me any message. All messages are empty, and it's XPC proxy. Do it again. No content in the no log. No logs. And there we go. And then go here, system log. Done. Go over here. And we're in lockdown mode. There's a local host. There's a client. And there is still an active connection. So in storage, everything is calculated. Calculating. 27 GB. Oh, it just changed. The minute I speak, it changes. So it says 27 GB, 27.13. I do not have 170 GB. Oh, and it just changed to 16. It just changed to 16. There we go. It just changed to 16, and let's see, data is going to stalker Luke Dalla Bona's account. The other user on the network. More data going to him. 16.89, so that has changed. Oh, and documents have changed as well. So, documents have also changed to 181. Wasn't it 170? It changes so often. Okay, so that's system data. Come back here. Go to library. It's now 17. Get info. It's it's 10 GB. It's 10. It was just MB. Now it's GB. So it's 10 there, but it's 17 here. Oi. Okay. So 10 GB, you say? 10 GB. Okay. Get info. Get info. Let's see. Data is moving. Of course, data is moving to stalker in lockdown mode. In lockdown mode. Lockdown mode. But data is moving to stalker. Data moving to stalker in lockdown mode. Okay, and I'm gonna go to general storage. So they're all calculating. There's data going to stalker again. Two KB here. Now this is 17. So here, here, get info, 27 KB. Let's do this. Nope, it will not go to trash. Nope, it will not go to trash. Okay. So these ones here, get info. Okay, so they're all KBs and zeros and MBs. And then this one, this row, more data going to stalker. Yep. Oh, this changed. It changed. The layout has changed. Okay. Go library. File. Get info. Yes, 10 GB, but what about for these ones only? Get info. There we go. So they're KBs and zeros and KBs. So I haven't met anyone yet, any folder with 1 GB as yet. And the entire folder is 10 GBs. Get info. So we have 0 MBs, 9 KB, 0. Okay, so nothing yet that meets 1 megabyte, 1 gigabyte. $420 items in Daemon containers. I just took a screenshot. Where's my screenshot? There. Okay. So this row. Get info. Nope. Nope. KB, KB, MB, home kit has 15 items. This one here. Photos has a libraries in it. Logs. Lockdown mode. Okay, there's a lockdown mode. Keychain. Login keychain. Login keychains. I have unknown and unknown. This is common on all Macs. Unknown. On April the 15th, I did not, it's when I started using my Mac again from August 2024. And the date is 1976, should have been 2025. Password's not saved. And it's already using cloud when I do not use cloud. Device identifier, device pairing identity. Wireless library, airport network. And this is the one I'm at right now. Yesterday I started using it. Keychain persistent identity, canary persistent identifier. Okay, close that. Metadata keychain. Ah, that one doesn't want to open. User KB keychain. No. And so I have a lockdown mode. And I have a metadata plist, and it's empty. Of course it's empty. Massive amount of data is going to Stalker. Luke Dalla Bona, the author. In lockdown mode. Let's not forget lockdown mode. Okay, in lockdown mode, data going to Luke Dalla Bona, the stalker. Gonna go over here. Sharing would be on, of course. It always turns itself back on. In lockdown mode, storage. So I do not have 181 GB in storage. More data going, more data moving. So I did lockdown mode. I'm looking for this 10 GB that's here. Shortcuts, screensaver, saved application state, Safari browsing, data access, printers. By host, there's something called preferences. By host, okay. iTunes Cloud, which I never use. I do not use iTunes. So 10 GB. This is iTunes. I still haven't come across the 10 GBs. These open up full page now. It was not full page a little while ago. Weather, database, local dictionary, sound. Okay, and this is cache. There's family circle there. I do not use family circle. Empty cache. Close cache. Get info. Still 10.15 GB. Something came back in cache. I emptied cache and this came back. And it's empty here, but there's data here. CloudKit came back in cache. Apple synced default. CloudKit returned. Has sync default. Sync default and appcom dot apple dot NSSERVICES cache is empty. Keyboard in Safari. Get info. Look at that keyboard. Keyboard in Safari has 10 GB. Who would have thunk it? Okay. Oh no. Hold on. No, it didn't. That's not correct. That is for library. See. Get info. That's KB. And Safari is MB. Sharing student D and trial. Disconnected. Empty. Auto unlock. Pairing records. More data is going to Luke Dalla Bona, the author, who is a stalker. More data going to him. Airdrop. Get info. And there is no 10 GB Okay. So, there is no 10 GB in library. Okay. So, let's see. Yep, more data going to Stalker, Luke Dalla Bona, and that will continue. And so I go here. So, this is on yesterday, April the 18th, at 1:26:59. The time here is important. Time is always important. So I have a change. It used to be that system data will be filled up like it is here, 107 GB, and I cannot account for the 107 GB. What's taking up all my space? So this is at 1:26 p.m. This is at 1:27 p.m. Suddenly, the 107 GB switched to 52.51 GB. So within a minute, it switched to 52 GB. And then, so 128, so this is 127.43. 128.45, it switched again to 37.33 GB. I didn't do anything. I don't know what to do. Documents increased. It's 168. So documents at here was 113. At 126, 113. At 127, it's 168. So he took it out from here, whatever the malware is, and attached it to documents. Okay, so 1 minute later, documents grew by from 113 GB, 126 from 113 GB to 168 GB. That's why I say 168. That's what it shows at 128 on the 18th. And what does it show now? Storage. So it calculates everything. So it says 181. That's false. It's all false. So I do not have 181 GB in documents, and system data, there is no 20.52 GB in system data. That's incorrect, because I just went through everything. So from 107 to 52 to 37 GB in system data. Then I went to, so this is 128, I think, 128 p.m. I went to a 127. I had gone to library. Library says 48 GBs. Then at 137, library says 280 megabytes. And that's what it should be right now, 280 around megabytes. But now it's telling me it's 10 gigabytes. 10 gigabytes, but system data is 20. And then I go here at 138. System data went down to 463. There's some recordings I put in trash. Documents went to 153. Then I empty trash. So 4.61 GB there. Empty trash, and immediately system data grew to 52 GB. The moment I empty trash at 1:38 p.m. Then I go to 140, I go to library, and it says 276.8. Here at 159, system data went down again. After I looked at library, went down again to 7.05. And it's been growing ever since. And this was yesterday. Documents grew to 198 GB. System data 8.76 at 10:43 p.m. 10:43 p.m. 10:44 p.m. System data is 291. 291. Documents is 198. This was 876. It switched to 271, I think I said. So here it is, 1043, 876, 198. Then whatever happens, this went to 198 and this lowered. So whenever he lowers this, it moves the document. And then at 10:45, system data is growing. Documents is 198 GB, and system data is 335, which have 333. But it grows constantly. And then here at 10:46, 1 minute later, after I empty trash, document went down to 170. So let me compare the two. This is at 10:46 and 10:45. 10:45, system data was 3. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. At 10:45, system data was 333. There's nothing in trash. And I did not delete any recording. And system data jumped 1437. Actually, no. I deleted my recordings that I uploaded because there's no space. He's used up all my space. That's what he does all the time. He fills up the storage, so I cannot record. Okay, so I have 77, but here system data grew in 1 minute. Within a minute, it grew to 14.37 GB. Okay, now it's at 21. System data grows. Okay. And I'm going to close that one there. New folder. 5. More data moving to Stalker. Yep, massive data moving to Stalker, Luke Dalla Bona in lockdown mode. So that's 5. This is 54. And this is 13. More data moving to stalker in lockdown mode. So I'm going to go here.
Skin, I noticed fewer wrinkles. My skin looks healthier. It was easier to get lean. I literally shed a few pounds in the first couple of weeks.
73 items. Open. So it always opens 2 windows. I have to close it. Go back again. 73. So right now, there's more data moving to stalker's account because the Mac is sync. So I have 524 and 531 right now. And I'm gonna minimize that. Gonna open this up. So it's 73. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. 73 screenshots. But when I go like this and I go get info, it says there's 74 screenshots. Oh, I should have put that in. 74 screenshots. Even though there's 73. 73 there, 74 here. That is what happens in library. The file is hidden. There's something hidden here that is 10 GB. Get info. So it's hidden. This information, this 10 GB is hidden. It's hidden. It's a hidden folder. So how many folders here? It says that many items. But I went through every folder and nothing matches 10 GB. So the item 10 GB is hidden in library. Ten GB is hidden in library. Now, oh, there's data constantly moving. Lockdown mode, which I've already documented, and it's going to other user. Okay. All right. So I am going to go through copy link, open it, and I'm going to play it. There's other user, massive data going through, and I'm going to play that. And this is from August 15th, 2024. There's other user right there. It's other user in activity monitor. Sending bag with version private to client. Back to client. So copy link will turn itself back on as it always does. Copy link is off. It's lockdown mode. It will turn itself back on. That's what Stalker does regularly when he wants content on my desktop. Copy link will turn itself back on. There's more data moving to Stalker's account. In activity monitor, other user account. Copy link is still off. Actually, I'm gonna speed this up. Copy link is off. It's off. And there it turns itself back on. It's off. Nope. There. I'm gonna move this cursor. Go back a little bit. Move my. There's a cursor. Copy link is off. There's my cursor. And the invisible cursor turns copy link back on. Not yet. There. The invisible cursor turns. My cursor is. Oh. My cursor is at the top. And I turn it off. So for me, I have to move my cursor there to turn it off. I did not move my cursor there to turn it on. So that's one. That's one. Second one. Play. This is from August 15th, 2024. There's more data moving to stalker's account, other user account, inactivity monitor. I'm in lockdown mode. Sharing is always turned on. I turn it off. So sharing is off. I'm in lockdown mode and I'm gonna move this. There's more data moving to stalker's account, other user, process. Wait a minute, did I just turn, oh, wait. Hang on, I'm gonna play this. Move my cursor. Data moving to stalker's account because it's sync. I'm in lockdown mode. Okay. Copy link turned itself back on. Okay, copy link is off now. There's my cursor on the screen in the recording. So I'm playing a recording to show copy link turned itself back on in another recording there, and I had to turn it off. Actually, let me fast forward this a bit. So there's only one, right? So there's only one screen now. Down there, one screen. From August 15th. Copy link is off. Data is moving to stalker's account, other user. I am marking up stuff. And let's see. Fast forward this a bit. There's copy link at the bottom. And there it turns itself back on. So I'm gonna play it. There. It's playing. There it turned itself back on. It turned itself on. Do that again. I move this cursor down to the bottom. I am saving screenshots. And there, it turned itself on. Okay. That's two. Next one. And this was on August 15th, 2024. So let's see what I have. Marking up screenshot as usual. Document that I'm in lockdown mode. Data always moving to stalker's account. Go to extension. Okay, so copy link is not on, but data is moving to stalker's account. So copy link is off. So for me to turn that on, my cursor has to be there. My cursor has to click on it. There. So I'm going to go back a bit. Play. My current cursor is at the bottom. So it's playing. There, it turned itself back on. In lockdown mode. I'm going to stop this recording. I have so many of them. I actually have 44 in here of copy link turning itself back on. Here we go again. Lockdown mode. Lockdown mode is on. This is August 15th. Go to sharing. Okay, so there's no copy link. And there Wi-Fi is turned off. So I go here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Marking up. And there it turned itself back on. Go back a little bit. Play. There it turned itself back on. All right, and my cursor is on the screenshot. I didn't even realize it was on. Next one. Play. This is August the 15th. No Wi-Fi, lockdown mode. Extension, sharing, copy link. Okay, I'm gonna scroll forward. Copy link is off. I'm marking up screenshots always. Lots of screenshots that I take. Web process proxy constructor. I should take another screenshot of this, but web process proxy constructor for Safari. Pause this one, take a screenshot. And I'm going to go, so copy link is off. There it turned itself back on. Play it. My cursor is on the web page. I am highlighting and it turned it, while I'm highlighting, it turned itself back on. It turned itself on. I'm highlighting, do that again. I'm highlighting and it's off now. I'm going to be highlighting and it'll turn itself on. I went back too far. There, it turned itself on. And so it's another one. Play this one. This is August the 15th, 2024. And copy link. I am in lockdown mode. There we go, lockdown mode. Go to sharing again. Copy link is off. Copy link is off. There's all my screenshots. And it turned itself on. Okay. There, it turned itself on. Put my current cursor at the bottom. I am there. I'm dragging screenshot. My cursor is not even here. Here, my cursor is not there. There. So I turned it off. So let me play that again. Play. Move my current cursor to the bottom. It turned itself on. I didn't notice it. Now I go turn it off. My cursor has to be there for me to turn it on and to turn it off. So have lots and lots, hundreds of them. Let's see where we are at data. More data moving to stalker account in lockdown mode. Tampering in progress. Always tampering in progress. And so I'm going to play the next one. Play. Let's copy link. I always make sure I'm in lockdown mode. Lockdown mode. And then extension. Wait. Pause on this. Massive amount of data is moving to stalker's account. Massive amount of data is moving in lockdown mode. Massive amount of data in stalker's account. Okay. And so I'm going to minimize, actually no. Sharing, and look, that turned itself back on, always. Minimize that. And now I am going to play this recording. So I'm already in lockdown mode. There's copy link in the recording on August the 15th. So I'm gonna go da 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 da. So this is what I'm looking at right here for the recording. Copy link is empty. Oh, they returned itself back on. Okay, it's playing now. August 15th. Copy link turned itself back on. 1 second. August 15th, 2024, and it turned itself back on. Okay. See if more data is going to stalker. Yep, data is always going to stalker. In lockdown mode, and the moment I stop, I quit, I force quit. It's terminated, but it comes right back up, and more data is going there. The stalker doesn't end. Okay, and so copy link, and this is from August 15th, and I'm gonna play it. Here we go, lockdown mode again. Extension, sharing, move it to the bottom, and now I'm going to copy link is down there. Starting cloud settings sync. Yep, lots of stuff. And there, it turned itself back on. And my cursor is not even there, as always. There, it turned itself back on. Okay, for me to turn that on, my cursor has to be right there to click on it. Copy link 8, 9, there's hundreds and hundreds of it. It's a constant. More screenshots. There's one where copy link turned itself on. So I'm looking at this here. Copy link is on, is off. Doing my screenshots. Host name is private. All of that. Copy link is empty. It's not turned on. There, it's turned on. So, there it is. It's off. My cursor is nowhere near it. And it turns itself back on. Right, so there's the idea of copy link. It always turns itself back on. There's 44 more here. 44 more of them in here. And those screenshots that you saw in there are all here. There's 202, 203 screenshots. So while I'm saving those screenshots, copy link was turning itself on to get my data. So there should be sound in the background. You should hear my voice. And this is what my screen looks like. And yesterday, a 4-hour, 45-minute recording disappeared. So now I'm going to use my phone. Turning my phone on. April 19, 5:10 p.m. Going to camera, and so I'm watching TV. TV's there. And this is from yesterday. Oh, your disk is almost full. Yes, it's all fake. Yes, I get it that my disk is almost full. So yesterday in the 18th, Friday the 18th, April, QuickTime encountered an error and 4 hours and 45 minutes of recording disappeared. That was yesterday. Now I have about 4 hours of recording, again, many hours anyways. There it is, recording. So let's see if it will disappear or if it will save. And I'm going to stop recording. Oh, wait. Pull this up. So let's see if this recording will disappear again, and stop recording.